Chapter 13. The Truth in Between. A week later, Evan was officially put on life support. I spent 3 days going back and forth to the hospital, sitting on the same usual chair outside her room, unable to enter it, drowning in my own misery, in my own cowardice. I wanted to scream at her sister. I wanted to scream at the doctors. I wanted to yell at all the floors of the hospital. But I knew even if I do so, it wouldn't do me any good. I've seen some of her family members came through to visit, and most of them didn't even know me to even acknowledge me. They thought I was someone who was just sitting by the waiting chair, waiting on someone else's room. I wasn't hurt one bit, realizing Evan may have not shared me with them apart from her sister. What hurt me the most was that I was outnumbered in the decision that they had made for her. I was alone in my devotion to keep Evan's wish true to her desires. By the fourth day, I finally went home and without knowing it, spent all day sleeping. I wake up in the earliest of the morning on my own. Nothing of the multiple alarms I usually set. When you have someone you love slowly fading, your own grief wakes you up even better than any type of alarm clocks there is in the world. I had the courage to enter her room, finally. And Rachel, upon seeing me, stand up and get her purse. Her face had been sunken. Her eyes bore a heaviness that hadn't been there for the past week. She aged half her age, it may seem, and I couldn't deny feeling the same inside. She asked me if I could look out for Evan for a few minutes. I won't leave her side, I said. Rachel nodded and gave Evan a glance before exiting the room. I sat next to her, and I didn't realize I was holding my tears back as her chest falls up and down in time with the oxygen machine standing nearby the bed. Her vitals were relatively low, but there were signals flashing out on the little screen, indicating that she's still fighting, probably sensing I'm finally here. I reached out for her hand and saw that the screen reacted slightly higher. And with this, I exhaled a breath of relief. I caught sight of her backpack, and I remembered the letter she mentioned the last time. I stand up and fish it out of the bag, neatly tucked inside a brown envelope. I took a deep breath, casting her a glance before opening it. Evan's familiar penmanship swam over my eyes. Evan's letter. Hey there. You must know by now that I have a fascination with letters, and I wonder how reading the journal has been for you. But this is not one of my journal, so maybe not a good idea to skip reading this one. I know you're not the most patient reader around, but please bear with me in this one. I just want you to read this, and I want you to hold my hand while you do. I can assure you that I can feel your hand in mine, though I won't have the strength anymore to hold him back the way I used to. But just hold on to me. I have something to tell you. Something that I wish I had told you before. I am sorry if I have spared it with you all this time. And I'm not proud of it. I find it ugly. I find it inhumane. I found it extremely unreasonable when I first heard of it. I find it a desperate thing to do to save someone. To save someone like you. But so does your brother too. I met him during one of his visits to the hospital. I found myself sitting beside him one morning, telling me all about you and how he was terrified of losing you. I was waiting for my test results when this happened, wishing that my condition was benign then, so that I could live my life a little more. But I forgot all about that when he started talking to me about you. And I felt like I wanted to go to where you are that time to hug you even though I haven't known you yet. I told him I understand how he feels, and he took one look at me and suddenly asked me the favor of playing the part of the girl in your dreams. The one you told your therapist. The one he told me about. The one I find very refreshing to know after all your attempts and suicidal thoughts. He was desperate when he asked me this, and I can see how he cared so much about you, as you are the only family he have. I said no to it at first, as I find it extremely inappropriate to play with someone. But he told me I should take one look at you, and that I would understand. And so I did. I was there in the other table when you met him for breakfast, after you had your car stuck in the road. I was there. I watched you being completely you, and I knew from that instant that I can't let you go. You had this look in your eyes, so lost, so clueless of the world around you. You seem trapped, even if you're in an open space and in a crowded room. You have this wall no one can easily break into. Your sleeve might be on your shoulder, but your heart is not. But it isn't there for a reason. I see that right away. You think no one would understand. You think nothing makes sense anymore. I didn't see that right away. To me, you were a rainbow clouded with an endless storm. That's how I felt years ago. You reminded me how dark the world can be when we let it be as dark as what we are feeling. You made me believe in happiness even when there's nothing in my days to be happy about, knowing I'll lose leaving them sooner. I'll fade with them, and they'll go on without me in the picture. You made me believe that we could live the best of our lives in a few days. Felt its goodness at times the world is as its cruelest. That we can see the colors of it even in the darkest moment. I can't find any words or any strength to tell you this. In the fear that you would never want to be with me again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really am. I can't find enough strength to tell you that I want to save you, even if I can't save myself. I thought I was alive all this time. I believe I really am. But I never felt more alive in my life when you first choose to spend that day with me and the next ones after that. That's why I wanted to show you how I wanted to die. I wanted to share with you how I see death coming over me. Then I came up with this idea. I want you to take away my life from me. I know you'd never want this, But I want you to unplug whatever that will be keeping me alive. Whatever that will be keeping me from having a natural death that I want. If everyone in my family insisted on putting me on a support, with me just a body waiting to be awakened and be put off for months, when we both know that the possibility of me being as alive as I was years ago is little, I want you to do it for me. Just like how you pick my coffin for me. Do this while thinking of the peace I am going to have once you do so. This is what we have been talking about all this time, and I want you to do this precious thing for me. I know you would hesitate, and I know you will be against it, and I know you wouldn't agree to it even if I ask you while I can. I can't by the time you are reading this letter, you see. I may be completely lifeless already, so I figured you can. You gave me my life back so much that I let you end it for me. I want you to take my life away from me in return for giving me the best moments of it. Do every possible way to make this one precious thing happen. I'm giving you all the permission to do it in case my family would be terrified upon knowing what you will do. I cherish you deeply not only as a friend, but in more ways than what my heart and any sweet words people know in their lifetime can ever describe. When we were on the top of the mountain watching the stars, I had an instant glimpse of what life would be like when I could live longer. And I imagined scenes that were so beautiful, it made me want to live so much more. I imagined that I was given a chance to get older. I see myself with you in all those parts of life. I can see myself with you, with my bones weakening when we are older, barely keeping up, barely keeping up with everything that is slow, barely finding our way up the stairway steps of a home we could probably have. And we'd be two old people who've lived enough to not fear death any longer. I imagine you taking care of me in my twilight years, and I imagine doing the same for you. I imagine every possible morning I could have waking up next to you, and every sunrise I could watch beside you. Imagining all of these things makes me realize that I truly lived a great life because I spent the best of it with you. You can still live, even without me. Even when there's no coffee shop waiting for you at the end of the road. Even when everything you know is gone and you're still here. You can give me the pleasure of living the days that I was not able to, by leaving them for me. As I will always be with you, inside you, alive in your memories. I'm sorry that I didn't tell you sooner that I'm not here for long, but I know that what I meant all this time is you. You weren't here for long either, just like everybody else. We all have our endings. We'll all fade. I think it's just how we meet them that we would be best remembered. You gave me a chance to fully live, like really, really live. I see you leaving even though you hate doing so, but you're still here and I'm not. I see you living while you're still here. My life is not promising. It doesn't involve what a normal one has gone through. It's not remembered. It's not what this world would remember once it faded away. It's not the news you'd see on the headline of the morning paper, nor as awakening as that coffee you're about to pick up to read the paper with. It's not what I'd expected to live, to have, but somehow it went the beautiful way I dreamed to live it. When we were sitting in that silence in that bathtub, telling me you wanted to end yours, I realized that if I would be offered to live again, I know I wouldn't hesitate for a second to live and end the same way again, as long as I can be assured that you would be a part of it in between. Now, I don't wonder anymore why some people die with a smile on their lips, knowing they lived a great life, a life they were proud to have, wanted to have, fought to have, lived to have. So please do this thing for me. And I know it would be hard for you to find this time. It would be hard for you to find the time and even the will to do so. But I want you to live, really live, while you are still here. Live for me. Live the life you know I would want, the one you know I'd be proud to have. Live while you can. Live while you still have little reasons to. Live even though there's only little beauty in everything you see and feel. I know you said countless times that you can stop living when you wanted to, but please, while you're still here, just live. While you're here, please leave. If not for you, then live for me. And if those two can't matter, then remember who gave it to you. Live for him. And if you can't really bear everything, there's no way I can force you to, then just do it. I'd be waiting for you on our other side of the rainbow. Love, Evan. I raise a hand to my eyes, but my chest is tightening even further before I could even touch a finger to my cheeks. I reached the end of the letter, but it finished me. My knees failed me, and I fell down the ground as I let out an uncontrollable wave of tears.